Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? How are you guys doing? Hey, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas with this inspirational morning walk. First time listeners, I just get some exercise in the mornings and I just share my thoughts with you guys, what I'm inspired to talk about that day. But it's not a beautiful day in Houston. It's not a beautiful day, man. Great weather, great sunshine, nice and cool today. But yes, guys, if you hear, first time listening, if you hear something that you like, you can go on YouTube, just Gregory Wiles. If you go on YouTube, you see the channel there, and you have lots of things that you can listen to there. Lots of these little talks that I did on a number of different subjects. Good morning, Mr. Smith. Good morning, Mr. Osmond Smith. Yes, and you can subscribe while you're on there. That will help me reach more people because I need about 1,000 subscribers before I can go live on YouTube so we can reach more people. But yes, check that out and subscribe while you're there. But today, man, today what I want to talk about, see, last time we did about Abraham, right? We talked about Abraham when he lied to Abimelech, the king, about Sarah, his wife, being his sister, which it was a half-truth, Then we looked at last week as a whole lie, right? Ronald Cadogan, Creighton, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Hope it's a good day wherever you are. Yes, so yes, he tell a half-truth, right, Abraham? But what I want to shed some light on today, that wasn't the first time Abraham did that. That wasn't the first time he did that, right? Abraham did that before. So Abraham becoming comfortable with this half-truth lie that he's telling, right? So let's look at when he did that the first time, and we can point out some different things with that. Let's look at it. I want to get to aspect of the effects of when you tell a lie, what's happening, right? When you tell a lie, and see the consequences of it and how he's affecting a whole lot of other people. And that happens to us a lot, right? You tell one lie and then it go on so far, and then, other things start to happen. You start to cause a whole big snowball effect based on what you say, right? Good morning, Jillian. Good morning. So let's look at Abram. This is not Abraham now. This is before. This is in Genesis 12. This is before his name was changed. So he's just Abram. Abram right now. Abram. Abram. And his wife was Sarai, and she wasn't serious yet. She was Sarai. Remember, a little further down, God changed their names. Good morning, Tessa. Good morning, cuz. How are you doing? So God changed their names, right? So let's look at this first time that's Miss Abram tell this lie about his wife Sarah. Let's look at it and see, and we can point out some other things in here other than the obvious that we were dealing with, that he caused a lot of problems in the king household because of this lie. But we can look at some other little piece of nuggets from the first story. This is not the same story. This is the first time last Wednesday when we did it. But Abraham, that wasn't the first time he told a lie, the half truth. According to him, that was the second time. So this is the first time now when he told his wife the lie and said she is his sister only, right? Terry Pilgrim, good morning. How are you doing? So at that time, this is Genesis 20. I can read from 10 through 13. At that time, a severe famine struck the land of Canaan, forcing Abram to go down to Egypt, where he lives as a foreigner. As he was approaching the border of Egypt, Abram said to his wife Sarai, "Look, you are a very beautiful woman. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is my wife. Let's kill him, then we can have her. So please tell them you are my sister. Then they will spare my life and treat me well because of their interest in you.'" Same trick. He did this first time, exact carbon copy. He did the second time we talk about on Wednesday, right? This time he was in Egypt. This time when you go to Egypt, right? And sure enough, when Abram arrived in Egypt, everyone noticed Sarai's beauty. When the palace officials saw her, they sang her praises to Pharaoh, the king, and Sarai was taken into the palace. Then Pharaoh gave Abram many gifts because of her: sheep, goat, cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camels, right? So now Abram know the drill. He know the drill. He know if this is his sister, these people can treat him good because, it's his sister. I want to treat him right because the king have his sister, so we're going to treat him right. So he know the drill. So is he trying to prostitute his wife? Is he just fear these men, or are he just trying to prostitute his wife to get stuff? Because remember the second time, right? The second time he got gifts too. He got gifts after he tell this lie. These people, Abimelech, the king, give him silver and gold and male and female servants and then send him his way. So did he learn from this, you know what, if I tell this lie here, I could profit from this lie? I don't know what's going through this man's mind. But for me to go and give the next man my wife and just don't even care about it, just to save my, I know, I got to think about that one. But I don't know what's going through his mind. But I just want to show people, these people in the Bible that God used to do his work, they're not without fault. They're just like us. They're just like us. They have their faults too. They lie, they cheat, they have their faults. But God still used them to do his work. So don't let no one tell you that God can't use you because you sin too much. These people had their faults. These people just like us here today, right? So let's go on and see what it said. This is Genesis 12. Now we on to 10:17. But the Lord sent terrible plagues upon Pharaoh and his households because of Sarai, Abram's wife. You see now, because this lie you tell, just like who we're talking about, plagues come on his household. Plagues, guys. You see what we're trying to tell you, and you see this is a pattern I'm trying to show you. You're the head of the household. When you do certain sin, you bring it on your entire household. That's what we talk when you open doors. This generational curses again. When you, as the head of the household, commit certain sins, you bringing it on your entire household. It's like you opening the door and letting the gunman in, and they have access to everyone, right? So you see, but the Lord sent terrible plagues upon Pharaoh and his household because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh summoned Abram and accused him sharply. What have you done to me? He demanded. Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she's my sister and allow me to take her as my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go. Take her and get out of here, Pharaoh ordered. Take her and get out of here. Pharaoh ordered some of his men to escort them, and he sent Abram out of the country along with his wife and his possessions. So he didn't take back the stuff that he gave him all here, where he said to give him, what you give him here, you get sheep, goat, cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camel. He sent him away with all this stuff. But again, I'm not going to dwell on the generational curse here today, but I can just point it out a little bit. You see, when you tell a lie, because Abram tell this lie, and we can kind of fuse the lie and generational curses all in one, but because of this lie, other people is being punished. The plague come on this man's household because Abram tell a lie. And that's what lots of time when we do, right? We tell a lie and we think we just tell this lie to get out of this situation. But the person we telling the lie to going and act on the information you give them because they think that is true, and it causes problems down the line for a whole bunch of people, right? So see, Mr. Abram, he getting comfortable with this lie thing. So now it makes me to think, now if he tell this first lie and he get his cattle, is he telling this lie to benefit, man? Because in the second time too, he got stuff too, man. He got stuff. So you want him to know now, which we might get into the next day on maybe Monday, why is he being rewarded for a lie? Man, this man is lying and then he getting sheep, cattle, goat, and he getting reward for this lie. Is God really rewarding him for this lie he's telling, man? We're going to look at that. We're going to look at that, right? Or Abraham's faith is just this weak? Because God telling me he can protect him and all of that. Is his faith weak, or he just using this lie to get stuff? I don't know what's going through this man's mind. But this is not the first time. This is the second time. It's the first time he did it, and what we talk about Wednesday was the second time he did it, right? So we're going to look at that and see this man telling lies, but yet still profiting from his lies. So is God encouraging people to lie? Okay, he profiting from these lies he's telling, but we'll look at that. We will look at that on Monday. and we're going to take this man. But I want people to know these people in the Bible are not without fault. They are not without fault, and we just shouldn't read. God just used these people to tell us his laws and all of that. We got to only not look at the good thing that Abraham was the father of many nations. We could learn from these things what Abraham did too, these mistakes that he made. And he's not a perfect man, but God still used him to be the father of all the nations, right? Because God had a duty to protect him, because he knew the Messiah was coming from his lines, from his seed. So God had a duty to protect Abram and Sarai. Last time in this story here, she was Sarai. Then further it changed to Sarah, right? So, but we'll look at that in detail, man. We can look at that in detail. But you see again here, with a curse that come on this man's family, and again his whole household, everybody in the household didn't have nothing to do with this lie. Didn't have nothing to do, but Pharaoh took her, and a curse come in his whole household. Again, I just want people to see how you as the head of the household could bring plagues and troubles and curses on your family. And then again, on the flip side, how a lie, the effects a lie has. When you tell one lie to get out of a situation, it's a domino effect, and it causing hurt and damage to other people. So we got to be careful about that, right? So that's the message for today. Have a great weekend, guys. And then we'll talk again on Monday. We'll get into a little bit more stuff on Monday concerning some of the things we talk about today. All right, guys, have a great day. Hey, one more thing before you guys go, man. My son's school program get pushed back a little. So I know this is going to be inconvenient for some people, but I'm going to have to push back by a half hour too, so I can be consistent. The main thing, I want to be consistent. I want you to know this time I can be on. So even if some people can't catch me live, but they might be able to catch a replay. So I got to push back by a half hour too, so I can stay consistent. So I'm doing at 8:15 my time now. I got to go up to half hour from now, so they're gonna be like about 9:15 my time, 9:15 Central Time. So they're gonna be starting on Monday, right? Yeah, I know it's not gonna be convenient for some folks, but I'll have to do that to stay consistent. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll talk again on Monday. Okay, bye.